Thank you for joining us live from the North Texas Fair and Rodeo, powered in part by Low Voltage Solutions and Classic of Denton.
We're here on the 7th performance of the North Texas Fair and Rodeo, celebrating the 90th year here in Denton, Texas. Quetzal's actually on stage right now, but we have our hometown boy.
How's it going?
Mr. Kody West here. He's going to be on the Bud Light stage at 11. And Kody, how does it feel to be back home?
It's good. We've been up in Colorado and New Mexico past couple days, so it's good to be playing a gig close to home. I can drive home when I get done and sleep in my own bed.
And this is crazy. Me and Kody are a product of fair families. Our parents have been volunteers out here forever. And I was telling Kody, I remember when we were younger and real late at night, Kody would be on the back of a tailgate playing guitar and singing for everyone.
That's right.
When we didn't have anything else.
There was no one else to play for, so y'all were left to me. I annoyed y'all.
We were just here, so Kody had to showcase his talents. But, how amazing has this journey that you've been on been?
It's been great. And a lot of help is to Jake behind the board over here. He put me in a lot of gigs when I was coming up in the scene. And played a lot of gigs and started to get a little bit more traction, more noticed, and started picking up bigger and bigger gigs. And so it's been good. Denton's it was a good launching pad, that's for sure. I could be born in Nebraska and not really get to play at all the places we get to now in Texas and Oklahoma, but Denton was a good platform. It was good. It was I think if I was located anywhere else, I don't think we'd have the same success we have now.
And speaking on that, was there any time, like, lately that you've looked out at a crowd or at a venue and just been like, holy smokes, we are doing this thing, it's happening?
Yeah. So, I mean, every time we get to play, I mean, it's just a friendly reminder of you're getting to live your dream and do what you do and have fun doing what you do. But, yeah, I mean, even the earliest show we got to play, I mean, yeah, it's not it's just people walking by, but you still, absolutely, to answer your question, yeah, like we played in with Randy Rogers and Nutty Brown Amphitheater the other day down in Austin. That was really cool because every time Randy Rogers touches stage, it's a crowd full of people. So you get in front of crowds like that. It's a lot of fun. It puts a lot of eyes on you, so you get a lot more fans out of it.
And y'all got to play a music fest in Steamboat.
Yeah.
How was that?
It was cold.
It a blast?
It was cold. But yeah, no, that was my first time to see mountains and snow. I'd been to Colorado, but only in the summertime, so they don't have too much snow there. But it was pretty cool. We're going back this year. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that yet, but we're
saying it. We're saying it. It's out there.
We're going back in January, and it should be fun. We've got 4 gigs again, so you'll get plenty of chances to see us if you're going.
I know I'm going. I've made plans. I'm going.
Well, good.
So even now, like, there's people that are coming up, and they always say who's influenced them. And even out here earlier, I heard somebody on a guitar playing one of your songs.
Really?
And speaking of that, who were your influences coming up?
I listened to a lot of different stuff. I think we're kind of the first generation of bands, if you will, that grew up listening to this kind of music. Guys like Cody Canada, they didn't grow up listening to Stoney LaRue and Randy Rogers and people like that. They grew up listening to 70s and 80s rock and all sorts of stuff. So we're kind of a generation that grew up listening to Texas country. So it's kind of like our take on it. I was still heavily influenced by other bands. I listened to a lot of rock music growing up. Pretty much everything. I didn't really start listening to country until I was probably 13 or 14 years old, and then it just kind of transferred over. Some of our stuff's a little bit more rockin'. It's not your typical country sound. So there's a lot of rock influence, but I mean, listen to a lot of CCR from back in the day, early 2000s. Stoney LaRue is ingrained in my, I know that whole Live at Billy Bob's record probably from front to back. The guys like that really did it for me. I said something the other day. It was like Chris Knight really taught me how to put lyrics together for a song.
He's a great storyteller.
People like John Mayer taught me how to play guitar.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have a lot of influence growing up, a lot of different music.
So is that how you would describe? Because I mean, you can tell y'all have a different sound of Texas country. You're not the typical, Texas country band. Y'all sound influenced by other, genres of music. Is that how you would describe it? Texas country with a touch of rock? Yeah,
I like to say alternative country. I think that's probably the best way. When you say Texas country, people are kind of like, what's that? Texas country, or red dirt. A lot of people don't know don't get that influence.
Yeah.
They don't get what that means. So I like to say alternative country. That's kind of how I put it.
So if you were able to give one piece of advice that you've learned from your journey in being here right now to a younger artist that's just now started coming up, what would you even say to them?
Just learn as much as you can. I started off as a tour manager for a band out of Lubbock, Texas, and I did that for about a year. Just learned the ropes, learned how everything went, how you're supposed to deal with different kind of people at the end of the night, drunk and sober. You meet all different kinds of people. So it was just a lot of gaining that experience and that confidence. That when you go into a venue or a bar, that you can get in and get out with no hiccups or anything like that.
So what has been your favorite venue that you've played? Because I know you've played all over. Can you pinpoint a favorite one?
Favorite one so far? I don't know. That music fest was a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
It's so different up there.
Venues in Texas, I love playing Green Hall. That's always a blast. I love playing. We did that Nutty Brown Amphitheater not too long ago. This is, we've played a lot of different county fairs, a lot of different festivals, and this one by far,
you have your whole entire family here.
we were spoiled growing up here, coming to this county fair, because it's so big. It's everyone from around the area comes, and we go to a lot of them around Texas, and they are not as well attended as this one. They don't have the history. They don't have the people just don't want to go, and people want to come to this one. So that's why we're so blessed to be a part of it and get to come back for our second time here.
All right, well, guys, we're going to end this lovely radio broadcast so me and Kody and everyone else can listen to a little bit of Co's set, but don't miss out. You've still got time to get out here. Like I said, Co just started on the Budweiser stage, and this guy will be on the Bud Light stage at 11, and it's going to be a party. I mean, it's
going to be a good one.
It's the 90th year. We're doing it big this year. So come out, let's do what Cowboys do, and we'll see you at the fair.
Well, thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Thank you very much for being part of our North Texas Fair and Rodeo series, which would not be possible without our friends Low Voltage Solutions and Classic of Denton.